he was so angry he was going to stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and the officer...
She had her... You know, when you get, like, you know, like a girlfriend, one that you love the most, and you start hearing this kind of... Let's say you told your girl, I'm not happy you talking to other guys. I have a personal experience with that. And they're like, it's not a big deal. You're making too much of a deal about that. It's not that much of an issue. And then this human has the gall to say this kind of stuff, which, unbeknownst to you, is very related to the current Jeffrey Epstein issue. She has to answer. Okay, I'm watching Mudahar, one of the people that I like watching it. Since I'm not asleep yet, I might as well just make a video about it too. I am not happy about this. There's nothing to do with the question that they asked her in the beginning. Okay? In fact, I ain't even got a joint. I need a joint for this kind of stuff.
$1,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000, and the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about.
Okay. 1, I don't live in America. 2, why are we talking about the Dow and NASDAQ and retirement funds when you know very well that what we're talking about here is the Epstein miles, okay? Did y'all not hear go around the topic? Something I need to ask, okay? Moving back from the tangent, now I just asked myself a very nice question. Why? Oh, why, Miss Pam Bondi? All the people around you, behind you, actually suffering from their retirement funds. Do they need retirement funds to suffer from? And or are you just coming up with excuses again?
We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does the Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
What do you mean? We all, this is how relationships are like. If you've been in a relationship with someone for 10 years to understand this, and other relationships apart from that, where you see women manipulate you, and, you know, my family, you know, growing up in an all-women's house, let's just say it wasn't that easy, okay? I'm doing this YouTube shit as well, because it ain't that easy, and I'm moving of the fact that this woman thinks it's plausible for her to do this with deniability whilst not even answering the initial question. Makes no sense. But remember, it doesn't have to make sense because logic is out the door already. The people should be happy about what's happening is an emotional tactic. I'm not a trained psychologist, but I've seen enough videos, like the celebrities that we see. Sure, it's flooding the tube, it's flooding. I said the tube like I'm some old ass man. But no, seriously. Finding out that this might all just be shove them with so much information, apart from the fact that they may find it, but they may forget the true intent and the culpability of what they were doing and what needs to actually be answered. Now listen to the Mudahar.
It's crazy, dude. What the?
I'm gonna have to bleep you sometimes, okay? I'm not making half as much or even close to what you're making, so until I get to that point where I can freely curse, which I've heard myself before do, I still need to cut it out.
This is a meeting about like Jeffrey Epstein and his human trafficking network, which you, the AG, should be responsible to prosecute on. Why is she talking about economic?
Oh, for my fellow Africans, AG means Attorney General. If you knew what it is, then I just mansplained it to you. I got here this far, and I decided to just shoot this on the fly because I was pissed off while I started watching this video about Pam Bondi. I've been watching too many Epstein saga files about too many people. I don't want to talk about anything they've been talking about. I'm coming at this from the non-research perspective, but whilst also adding on to what I already. I'm not going to check everything. Oh, by the way, don't be like that JEE. And if you want to check out Jeff's little playbook of stories, there's something called Gmail. Yeah, it's Jmail, where they show all the files in coordinated order, and you can find who you're looking for. But don't look for the wrong rabbits in the hole. Just check for the people that are most likely, you know, apt at being benefited from this without having to say anything about it to you, because they are the ones you won't see. So what else is this loony lady saying? Was the deflection a part of the course? So I believe that's the case then, right? Now I don't want to talk too much. I'm gonna cut some of this stuff out, but I don't know which part I'm gonna cut out. But I want to see. Now I'm gonna check what Pam Bondi has to say, because as much as I want to hear Mudahar, I don't want to take his whole video because, you know, he's doing his own stuff and I'm just starting out and I don't want to lose money. I'm too broke for that. I'm not even broke. I'm minus a balance. Okay, I ain't gonna drop this goddamn flask. But the files, right? The files.
The economy around the world, well, that's a much more complicated topic. But see, this is like not only just the most insane level of deflection, but the laughing that I see from her side, and even, I don't know if this laughing that I see in the background is supposed to be like, sort of like, you know how when you like see something really messed up or you hear something insane and your brain is like, ha ha ha. I don't know if it's that kind of laughing or like the malicious stuff, but she comes across as one of the most unhinged cocksuckers that I've ever seen in this situation.
Oh my Lord, why did you have to say that, Mudahar? I didn't want to lead it to that part where you said that word, but maybe it's not a blockable word. Maybe. Are they going to give it? Get the test of water? If I don't age restrict it, I'll just upload it again. Nothing stops me. Only me. Can't stop. Won't stop. I don't want to go into that tangent. If I want to check out him, did he did it, I'll check. But right now, I'm not in the business of that. I've seen enough. Except 50 Cent's documentary. I want to watch that shit. But what? Why is the Attorney General talking anything related to politics? Why did I say politics? I meant fucking. See, now this is what happens when you start talking to a woman and you start trying to pay attention to what she said. She ain't even saying. She's trying to say something, but she ain't saying. That's what she's saying. Nothing. Oh, so side note here. Imagine, I had a thought. Like, what if Jeffrey, the way he got Lex Wexner's states and ran his fuck, was just from him being like, Lex, hello, Lexi. You know I got you. I got what you need. They gave him some stuff. After that, they're like, hello, Lexi. Remember this business you started? You want to lose it? If you do not, then I would kindly put a power of attorney to me in case you want some unsavory news coming out. I mean, I've watched enough American movies to know that y'all do that all the time. Y'all do that every time. I want to make sure this can get translated in every other country, because I realized I'm not just going to speak stuff in English, but I can't speak Spanish, so I'll just find a way to change my own voice and find, I don't know, voice translate. But YouTube has that already. I've seen videos that are automatically dubbed by YouTube, so here we are.
That Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one who asked that those files.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I cut that out for a bit because, yeah, she's just deflecting. She's going on and on about different things. And thank goodness this man is not married to this woman. Because if this man was married to this woman, then I'm pretty sure, just like they said initially, deflection, this would be an ongoing thing. It wouldn't stop. There's no way she'd let it stop, because I don't think she's the type to do that. Besides, I don't know much about politics, but what does she know? I mean, the last time we saw stuff about her was when she said, I didn't post it even, I wasn't on YouTube. She was like, we have the full video file footages of 100 and what hours or hours of footage, and all of a sudden that hours of footage was unrelated to the thing she was talking about when she was answering the answer of footage. So why would it be a surprise that she wouldn't answer the same thing now? Like, now she'd deflect the same way, huh? Because she said, it's a waste of time. What is a waste of time? You have to answer this. You're wasting our time by not giving people the information, especially all of it, so that the right people can prosecute. Clearly, you know your country's not going to do that, knowing very well that the fat man is running the country for the next 3 years, running. So, come on now. Oh yeah, and before I go off too much, like, listen to this woman speaking, defending herself without even answering the whole initial question that was asked to her, and lying, and also saying, how dare you for accusing me of lying? Well, you lied. Seriously.
Because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center.
I can't read none of this. I can't see blah, 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 yada, 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 and all that.
He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off. And officers...
She had her what blown off? So you mean to tell me that these mans just them decided to just mob style this baby? Well, they knew a lot of people. They still do. People vanished. Other people unalived themselves. Like Virginia Dufresne. Yes, her name should not be forgotten. Just because I never met this woman doesn't mean I don't care about her. She's a human being. I care about humans like every other one, except, you know, the few of y'all that hate me. But I don't know y'all, so whatever. Lick my nuts. And I hope your girl comes sit on my chair so I can have fun with her. Moving back to Pam Bondi.
At the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
No.
Whoa. Damn. Okay. I am. Let's not look at who's famous or who's the most person we know. Let's think about it from the perspective of who got hurt and who was doing the hurting. Because honestly, man, I should be asleep and I finished my last joint and I ain't even got nothing else to smoke. But one thing I'm gonna tell you, I wish I could smoke Epstein right now. Just saying. Anyway, that's the end of my video. My part one or my parts or whatever on my Epstein things. I'm not looking at it in the retrospect of, hey, I want to know everybody that's there. I want to see why and how these people are defending themselves and defending people that know very well that they're blatantly lying. It's deny, deflect, and what's that other word? Forgot it. But y'all know it. Y'all will set it up for me.